Welcome to episode 20 of Gaymers Assemble, the queer gaming podcast you didn't know you needed. But you do. Trust me, you really do. Now, before we get started, there is a slight change to today's programming. Tiny, teeny tiny. So our previously scheduled topic about player sexuality options in gaming has been pushed back a teensy bit to next week. But that is so we can welcome a guest host, our very first guest host to our show. And I think y'all are going to be really excited about her. It's a dear friend of mine. I like to refer to her as my stabby friend, Faith. And it's going to be awesome. So she's going to join us next week. And we're going to talk about player sexuality options in gaming. And it's going to be awesome. So we'll talk about that. But this week and today's episode, we'll be taking a trip down memory lane, right? We're going to be reliving the glory days of gaming, back in the halcyon days of old, when consoles were new, games were blocky, and bits were glorious, right? Joining me for this jaunt through our memory banks is the techno mage himself, Beardy.
Hello! It's been 84 years I've been playing video games.
It feels like that when we're elder millennials, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're like the first that played the video games. We're the elders.
I remember downloading a patch for the original KOTOR and connecting to a private server to do so.
Oh, do you remember, what were they called? BBSs. What the fuck were they? What did that stand for? The bulletin board systems.
Oh, yeah.
And you would get like the messaging, like the first email, but you would have like a different messaging handle on each one, and you'd have to send messages. Oh, so nerdy.
Just after we gave up using carrier pigeons.
Yep, yeah, it was, and you had like little acronyms for each one. Peak nerd, and I loved it. And of course, I am your host, Llama, in your living room, or let's be fair, you're probably on your toilet watching this. It's where I watch most of my podcasts. Or in the tub, whatever. No judgment here.
Toilet bedrooms, maybe on the bus, trams, I don't know. Public transport.
What was it? The other day, I was laid on the sofa watching a movie with my wife while watching Twitch streams surreptitiously on my phone until she caught me, and then I had to turn it off. I was like, yes, no, I am watching this movie with you, darling. I am. Honestly, I am. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. So first stop on the gay agenda today is housekeeping. Housekeeping. As you know, we have our newest show, which is Beardy's News Roundup on Fridays. And that is live on Twitch, so make sure you tune in for that. We've also got our D&D show, which is about to go live, and that's going to be on Twitch and YouTube. So if that's your jam, keep your eyes peeled for that. It is all newbies with an experienced games master, dungeon master.
What could go wrong?
Everything. We did our zero session the other day where he tried to teach us combat. And the first 3 scenarios were goblins. I think we started the encounter by shouting, "Hey, queens!" at them. They wanted to steal all our money. We offered to invite them to dinner. We had very high charisma, so we won. We won? I don't know. We won the encounter. They came to dinner with us. Then they tried to steal all our food, but we gave it to them anyway and made friends with them. And then they were our friends, so they couldn't kill us. And then the wolves tried to attack us, and we were going to make friends with them, but I think Bot was getting a little annoyed that we weren't learning combat, so we had to kill them. We had to kill the wolves and learn how to fight and loot bodies and things. But I suspect we're going to make many friends on this adventure, and I'm going to have a lot of flirting. That's what I'm going to do.
Like an X-rated gay version of like Lord of the Rings or something, like a Fellowship of the Ring, like you're just making friends and just going to wherever it is you need to go.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be like a drag race element of it.
Oh, okay.
I think there's going to be a lot of slaying, but not like dragon slaying, just slaying happening as we go. It's going to be amazing. Or terrible. I don't know. I'm going to have fun. But that's going to happen soon. Yeah, so we've done the day 0 session. I think we're pretty much ready to go whenever bot is, but I think they take a couple hours to do, so it's just finding a day because we're spread between the US and the UK, so finding a day when we've all got a couple hours that matches up. And then we'll record it and sort of parse it out into episodes and start broadcasting. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be super cool. Just a quickie in the chat, just to catch you up. So PokeHub says that she hopes you turn the movie off and not Twitch.
No, I know which side my bread is buttered on.
And Zach says, did you take them to the Cheesecake Factory?
The Cheesecake Factory. Do we have a Cheesecake Factory in the UK? Fucking UK, man. You guys need to get some Cheesecake Factories.
We need to get loads of shit sorted first.
And an Olive Garden. Oh, and an Arby's. When I took my wife to the States a few years ago. We're going on a tangent already. We're still in fucking housekeeping. I took my wife to the States and we were driving, I don't even know from where, like Tennessee to Mississippi. So like super touristy areas. And we stopped in Mobile, Alabama. Again, super touristy. And we went to an Arby's, and I was like, oh, babe, we got to fucking stop at an Arby's. I need a cheesy roast beef sandwich. I need it now. And by the time we got back to the table and unwrapped it, like I'd already shoved it all the way in my mouth and finished it. And I'm a slow eater. I pick at my food. I'm just shit. And I've never eaten anything so fast. And Tony was like, what the fuck happened to your food? And I was like, I love this food. I ordered like 8 of them and took them with me and was just eating them as we went. I fucking love them. It's probably just all E numbers. I don't care. I don't care.
Who knows what content is in those things?
Y'all need to open an Arby's here. I would love it. Just live there. I thought I would live at Taco Bell. They opened a Taco Bell in Milton Keynes here. Oh no, I'm pointing over there. You can't see it. I ate there once, and it wasn't as good.
I had a Taco Bell once and thought it was the worst decision of my life. So
it wasn't like I remembered.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just the way that we do it or what, but I was not impressed.
I remember it being really terrible burrito meat and cheese. I used to get like just the beef and cheese burrito, and I would get like 8 of them for $1 or something ridiculous because I was a broke student, and I would just live off of those and ramen noodles, and that wasn't a thing anymore. I don't know where we're going with this guy. I don't know. We're going off on a tangent.
You just thought
Taco Bell's not as good anymore. I'm sorry.
You know, it's because you'd have thought with it just being 2 of us, like we'd be able to keep on track a little bit more, but apparently tangents are just in our DNA.
Sorry.
Sorry about it. So, Llama, tell me more about what's going on today.
So we're going to talk about our favorite, like, old school classic games from, the great before times, like before COVID and pandemics and adulting, and like back when we were kids and we didn't have bills and responsibilities and we just had to like write book reports and shit. Yeah. Like, what are the games that we liked? How awesome were they? What were they about? Like, just let's fucking talk about it. That's what I want to talk about tonight. And I'm in charge, so you get to go first.
Lovely. Well, as we spoke before this, I did lots and lots and lots of research.
We've done no research.
And the first little gaming sprinkle that I'm going to throw into the ring is a little old game called Star Trek Armada. Now, this came up in conversation with Rick Walter when I was streaming earlier. And basically, Star Trek Armada was a sort of RTS type thing, where you build like a base and you build starships and stuff and then send them out to kind of complete missions and everything else. And it had this really cool like Borg storyline, so you could like play as the Borg and assimilate planets and stuff, and I just used to fucking love that shit. Like, it had Picard in there. He was like the main person driving through the Federation, doing the missions and everything else.
When did it come out?
Oh god, right, let me get a Google up.
Because I would love the shit out of just driving around, flying. I don't know. I'm driving in space. If I'm in charge of driving in space, and assimilating people, being like, bitches, you're assimilated. Come with me.
So the first one came out in February 29th, 2000, which was the day after my birthday.
Okay, so I'm a fresh 20-year-old. I'm all right with that.
And the second one came out in 2001. And the second one is much better than the first one. Because they had like Species 8472 in there from the whole Voyager thing.
Obviously. What was that one?
Oh, have you not watched Star Trek or anything?
Yeah, but like, what the fuck is Species 8472? I haven't got that memorized.
So Species 8472, otherwise known as the Undine, I think they're called. Undine, let me find out.
I mostly watched Voyager for Janeway and 7 of 9. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. So in the let me just try and find this name. Undine. Yeah, I was right. So in the episode where
don't tell me an episode number. I'm not gonna know it.
No. So it's the episode where the Janeway gets to the edge of Borg space.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide that they need to make a pact with the Borg to get across Borg space. So they work with 7 of 9 to create a nanoprobe that can assimilate Species 8472. So they're the ones with the bioships and the weird, like, things.
I really remember them, yeah.
And they made, what's her name? Cass. They were a bit weird and crazy. She was seeing visions and stuff of them, and they were going to destroy the galaxy and everything else. And it turned out that
I liked Cass.
What's her name? The Borg Queen had gone into fluidic space and pissed them off, and then they managed to find a way back into our reality and was raging war and all the rest of it.
Gotta stay out of fluidic space. I mean, that's the lesson to be learned there.
But leave that fluidic space alone. No, don't touch me there. This is my fluidic space square.
Yep, we're staying right on task.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. So I really wish they would make this game again, because I used to have so much fun. And the mod community just took over. People were just making their own little starships, and those whole mods that
I fucking love modders.
Yeah, they turned it into like a Star Wars version, so they like reskinned everything and put X-Wings and TIE Fighters and Star Destroyers and Mon Calamari Cruisers and all that good stuff in there. Like, it was really good fun.
I love it.
Definitely needs to be remade. I don't feel like we get enough RTS games these days.
No, probably not. I mean, maybe there's a shit ton out there, like just in a little corner of the internet that I miss. Because there's whole giant sections of the internet that I miss because I just don't have the time anymore that I used to. So there's loads of stuff that I miss, but I do miss those.
Let me have a look.
So,
any coming out this year?
Yeah, go look that up. Look that up very deep.
Yeah, there's a few coming out, but they're all very similar. Like Stronghold Warlords looks like it's Knights. Knights of Honor 2 must be about Knights. Songs of Conquests looks like it's going to be Knights. Evil Genius 2. Now this is one that I heard about a while ago.
Yeah.
So Evil Genius is an RTS game where you build a evil lab, like a villain base, like your Bond villain. Mm-hmm. You have to like manage your little base.
And your cat.
And your cat and stuff. Like, I never played the first one, but there's a second one coming out. Tokyo's in the chat says that game was so good. I'd never known anyone who knew of it. Ooh, Jesus.
We know all this shit, Pokehood. If it's weird and obscure, we probably know about it. We know just enough to fuck it up.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to try and check that out now that I know that it's coming out soon. Llama, give me your first pick.
So this is my first online game that I played, right? And I got super fucking obsessed with it. And it is a little gym called Mech Warrior 2, 31st Century Combat. Now, this game came out in 1995 on the DOS platform. So I was a super nerdy 15-year-old when this game came out, and I loved it. And we had a computer set up in the basement, so wasn't a nerdy kid in the basement at all. and it was dial-up internet, and they played the Addams Family theme song when it connected. So whenever I hear it, it goes. So like in my brain, I'm like, let's play internet. Whenever I hear that, we're on. And we would play that, and you would learn tactics, and you had a mechanical walking robot that you would play in, and you would go to war. And there was all these different clans and factions, and I don't even remember what the whole story was. I mean, I looked it up while I was on the toilet, obviously, doing all of my deep research that I was doing, and it was a very complicated story that didn't sink in about wars and protecting the planets or defending the planets or not defending the planets, depending on what clan you were in. I didn't really get into the storyline so much as the whole mechanic of raiding. So you would pick your clan. You could do the storylines to pick your mech warrior that you would pilot, and then you could level it up and get more stuff to put on it, like different rockets or different guns, or upgrade your armor. And then you and your clanmates could go online at the same time, and you could have battles with the other clans. And I fucking loved it. And I got super into it, and I loved doing clan raids and fighting the other people. And this was dial up, so the lag was terrible, and you would consistently think you were fighting, and nobody else could see you because you were invisible, and you'd be standing on somebody's head and shooting, and you're just spinning around, and why is nobody seeing me? I'm amazing, and nobody else can see you. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I remember playing this on the PS1.
Yeah, it was on PS1 as well. I didn't have a PS1 back then. I had the computer, so I played it there. I was so into this game that my very first tattoo when I turned 18 was the Clan Wolf emblem. And now at the tender age of 42, I am still sporting. So there you go, Clan Wolf for life, fuckers.
Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah, I was looking this up earlier. I think you can still get it on an emulator, so I might look that 100%. Up, and I might have to play it on my new Office PC gaming computer that I bought. I might need to try it out.
Do it.
Get my Jenner skills out and play it.
Go take that walk down memory lane.
Looking at the pictures, the graphics were terrible. It's just like an empty sky and an empty brown ground in front of you. So my graphics card should be fine with it.
Yeah, it should be fine, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so that was my first one. It was amazing, and I loved it. Yeah. And even looking at the pictures, I was super nostalgic. Just the cover of the game, I was like, oh, fucking Mech Warrior.
I remember playing this game, but I don't remember, how far I got into it, or if I did anything with it, because, I got it in PS1, so that I probably would have got it around 97, even though it came out in 95.
And there was loads of add-ons.
Yeah, and how old would I have been then?
Probably something ridiculous, like 4.
I'd have been 8.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hope you die.
So no wonder I didn't ever get on very well with it. Because probably an 8-year-old should not be playing this game.
Zax says, you're right, Zax, there was another one called Battletech on Sega that was very similar. And I don't think I did play that one because I'm gonna admit I probably felt like it was cheating on Mech Warrior. I'm a bit weird like that.
Mech Warrior be a boo.
Yeah, Mech Warrior was bae.
Shoot my bae.
Yeah, Mech Warrior was bae.
Oh, I love all video games.
I got so obsessed with them back then.
Yeah, same. So this is a side tangent stuff, so I was quite a naughty kid when it came to video games. If I got sat down playing video games, it would be pretty much impossible to get me off them and do anything else. And one day I was being very, very naughty and would not turn off my game to go and do whatever it was that I was supposed to be doing. So my my family unit growing up with me, my mum, Nana, and Granddad. And so Mum had been asking me so many times to do this, and she couldn't get anywhere with me. So Granddad walked in with a pair of pliers and just snipped the cables to the PlayStation.
Oh shit!
Because he was like,
Nana was serious.
Yeah.
Not even like turn off the little switch at the wall.
Yeah,
she was like, fuck this piece of equipment in particular.
Yeah, and it was all still powered on and everything. How he did not get like electrocuted or something, I don't fucking know. But he put straight through the power cable of the PlayStation, straight through the cable for the AV signal, and that was it. So I had to spend 6 months, like without any PlayStation and stuff, and earn back the right to have those things. And then,
damn!
Then when I got it back, I never did it again.
Yeah, you'd learn. That's true. Okay, you couldn't just Amazon a new fucking power cable back then either, could you?
No, we had to go hunting for them. So.
Yeah, listen to your nan and granddad. Jesus. Oh, all right, Beardy. What's your second game?
So I'm gonna go with not one particular game, but a series of games. I think that a lot of people are probably gonna have this love for this franchise. It's gonna be The Sims.
Yes.
Because The Sims was always there for me. Look, this is gonna get into like one of these things. I'm gonna get my little violin out, like emotional music, blah blah. Little queer Beardy used to love playing The Sims because it was the only game that I could play that allowed me to be the person that I wanted to be. I hid from the world so I could have my little gay house and have my little husband and my boyfriend and have my kids and decorate and have all those things that, you know, at the time, I didn't think I'd be able to have those things. You know what I mean? Like, because it wasn't normal or blah, blah, bullshit from back in the fucking early 2000s, and it was just about starting to be okay. And I spent fucking hours and hours in The Sims just making like the perfect houses and stuff just to live my little gay fantasy. And I think so many people probably did that and still do that today. And The Sims is just a lovely franchise to do that for people.
Yeah, and I think you're one of many people who feels that way. And actually, I came across a really cool nugget the other day. I was just looking to see if I could find it real quick, and I'm not quick enough. My lesbian fingers have failed me here. But it was the lead developer on Sims. When he got the final notes from the producers, they had originally said, take the queerness out. Like, we don't want the queerness in Sims. And so they'd taken it out, or they'd said take it out. And then when they sent the final notes to the lead developer, they'd missed that note that said take it out.
Oh, really?
So he didn't take it out. So the queerness was built into the game from day dot and left in as an accident almost, because they weren't comfortable with it. The producers wanted to take it out, and forgot to take that note or put that note in there. And the lead developer, was so happy that they'd done that, because he said that's the way the game was always made, to give you ultimate freedom of choice. And I think, you know, I was going to say generations, you know, we're not that old yet, but I mean, maybe generations.
Well, I think it we've had generations. We're on The Sims 4 now, aren't we? So, like,
I mean, God, yeah. I mean, besides the murderous rampages that we've all gone on, we've also had so many gay relationships in those games.
I can't get over the fact that as a kid I had this thing. It came out in 2000, so we've had 21 years now of The Sims. It came out 4th of February 2000, so literally 21 years of The Sims. 21 years of people coming to age, realizing they have this queerness about them, and being able to live vicariously through this game is just...
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and not even like, there wasn't anything watered down about it. I mean, obviously it's Sims, so they're not like talking, but like, it wasn't watered down, it wasn't hidden, it was fully just part of the game, part of everyday life. just like queerness is for people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really resonated with me with Sims, was that it was just there. It wasn't making a statement. It wasn't trying, it didn't have, it wasn't a part of the canon trying to make a political thing. It was just, this is life. You can have it if there's part of your character. You can not have it if you don't want. Like, just, it's there.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And it was, when you're in a world where there's rules and stipulations and thoughts and feelings and opinions and everything else, it was a world without those things. Like, if you made a gay character, the other Sims in the town didn't give you shit for it. They didn't snub you. They were fine with it. There was no difference between having a heterosexual relationship and telling them to woohoo and to flirt and kiss and all the rest of it. There was no difference between that and the gay people doing it, like the queer people doing it. There's no difference, and that was the first time that I experienced that, and had a game show me that there was no taboo about it, which was just I think it was just magical.
Yeah, I think Sims will always have a special place in my heart for that. And the Moneybags cheat.
Moneybags, yeah. There's also that little gay interior designer inside that makes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Make things and make pretty little staircases, swimming pool.
The giant fucking mansions, the murderous rampages, and the queer relationships. It's like all of my dreams come true in one game.
It's everything.
I don't know how they knew what my buttons were, but they knew, and they put them all in one game.
You remember the Sims Online?
No, I never played Sims Online.
So it was literally OG Sims, but online. And you was just literally just like an online community of people playing The Sims. Hilarious.
Zach said the social worker always took his kids.
Same.
I read somewhere someone had the Grim Reaper came to take somebody that was being killed or whatever, and they managed to trap the Grim Reaper.
Oh yeah. I used to play around with all that shit, like, trap them into a little box at the give them a shit oven so the oven would break, and then the Grim Reaper would come, but he couldn't get in there to try and do it, and then you trap the Grim Reaper, and just hours and hours of fun, like, and all the expansion packs that they brought out as well, like the pets and the original Magic one where you could go to like a little spooky witch village thing and like learn how to do spells and all that kind of stuff.
I need to get back into it.
Yeah, so
I had it on the Xbox 360. So back, I guess, in 2000 when it came out. But then, I was 20 and then, in the military and went off to war, and like life happened and didn't have a lot of time to play games after that. So I didn't really get into the sort of Sims after that so much.
Yeah.
I fucking love that for Sims.
Yeah.
Oh.
I played Sims 4 for a little bit. And I keep thinking about repicking it back up and on PC. But because like Zach said, it's definitely not fun on console. Even the Sims, you can get the Sims 4 on console, and I just don't like it. There's just something lost in that. Kind of sat down at a computer with a keyboard and mouse when you're playing the Sims. When you've got control, it just feels a bit off. Not right.
They lose it in dedication, don't they?
So I'm really looking forward to whatever the Sims 5 is, because of all this new crazy ray tracing tech and all the lovely visuals and stuff that we get these days. Like, I think it's going to be super to do with it. I just
want to do it in VR.
Oh, could you imagine?
I want to be like floating above their little worlds and just picking people up, throwing them places.
You live here now.
Take your ladder. Take it away. I'm not going to do that. I would be so evil. It'd be like that game God. Was that the name of that game? Where you could be like the good God or the bad God? Or Black or White. That was the name of the game.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a game on VR at the minute where you can be a superhero. And like your job is to go around saving the city. Obviously, like you've got superpowers and you pretty much fuck up. So the whole thing is you've got to try and rescue the city without causing as much damage as possible.
Okay.
But obviously you're trying to use these powers and stuff, and you're totally OP, so you'll shoot lasers or whatever. But the enemy that you're trying to shoot at will move quickly, and then you end up taking like 4 office blocks down. And it's like, oh, shit. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Like Hancock in a video game.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love it.
I love VR.
Oh, I'm desperate. I'm trying to convince my wife I need VR to get fit. So I've been like in the YouTube playlist rotation, I've been like sticking in it, like, oh, look at this fun dancing game. Oh, look at Beat Saber. That looks fun. And she's like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, what about this?
Beat Saber.
I'm like planting seeds.
Yeah, Beat Saber is the one and only reason you need any type of VR device. Like,
right?
It's so fucking good. In lockdown version 1, we did the 30-day Beat Saber challenge. You did like every day you had to pick a different track and like put the modifiers and stuff on it by whatever Beat Saber team set and stuff, and it was so much fun. Like, fucking love
I need it. I need it. I might be able to get it. I might be able to get it. Because I think I might get was it the Oculus?
If you're gonna get one, I'll probably get the Oculus Quest because that's the one that's like independent of a computer. You don't need a PC for it. But then there's some games where you do need to like attach it to something to be able to like take advantage of it or what. The Quest is really good for Beat Saber. So there's something else as well. I think it's called Fitbeat.
I think we were looking at that too. Yeah.
Another podcast that I would watch was talking about, and they did something similar with that, and it's like a punching ribbon game thing. You have to.
Yes.
They said that was really good for like working out and stuff. But definitely if you're gonna get something, because I have PSVR and I love my PSVR. But I don't play it as often as I want because I feel like there's a lot to kind of try and get things set up. So you have to like plug things in and charge up controllers and blah blah blah. Whereas like with the Quest and stuff, it's just you want to play it, you just put it on, turn it on, and then you're there. Like
I don't even have wireless headsets because I can't be fucking bothered to charge things up. Like I've got a wired mouse and a wired keyboard because when I had wireless, it was always fucking needing charging, and I'd always forget, and I just can't be bothered. So the less set up, the better. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe Oculus.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome back from the tangent that we're talking about. Sorry. Hi, welcome back.
This is a nostalgia trip, and it could just be anything that makes us nostalgic.
Really, it's just Llama Beardy talking shit for an hour about random topics. Hi.
Beat Saber makes me nostalgic for VR. Works. Tell me about your second pick.
So my second pick, like you probably, I think this was a series of games. Again, this was another PC game, and this came up the other day when we were playing Phasmo. This is probably the last game that I played on PC before I switched over to console, and it's Microsoft Age of Empires.
Oh my god!
And I got well deep into this, and I still to this day randomly shout "Wololo, wololo, wololo" to my wife. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm trying to change your color." Because like that's what you do when you're trying to change the other team's color. Like my shaman's gonna get you, and she's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Because my wife is not a nerd. Bless her. I don't know why she ended up with me. I loved it. I loved the simpleness of the strategy. I like strategy games, but I'm dumb, so they need to be simple strategy games. I need simple strategy games, right? I like to think I'm a chess girl, but I'm more a checkers girl, you know.
They should make a new genre. It should be RTSM, real-time strategy for morons.
Yes, that's the strategy game that I need. And Age of Empires was there for me because it was simple controls, everything made sense, everything sort of leveled up in a really easy to understand way. It was easy. It was just easy. I loved it. And, my computer could run it, which was helpful. And it had all the little packs that went up. So you had Age of Empires 2. And I think, when did this one come out? So 97. So yeah, I was 17. Super nerdy still, obviously making loads of friends and super popular. Yeah, I loved it. And you could play, there was the different empires you could play, couldn't you? So you could do the Roman one, or there was the Japanese one. I liked the Japanese one because they had the better ballistas, didn't they? Yeah, I fucking loved that game, and I would play it forever.
Do you remember Total War?
Yeah, that was similar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a similar thing. Do you remember the TV show where they would like reenact historic battles in Total War on the telly?
Was this a British thing?
Oh, it might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Find out what
It's like when I go to like quiz nights and they're like, this is general pop culture, and it's all British TV shows from the 90s. I'm like, I fucking wasn't here. I don't know any of these.
So it was called Time Commanders.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
So it was on BBC Two in 2003 to 2005. And basically they played a version of Rome Total War, but they basically modded it, so they would change all the assets and everything else to fit these historical battles and stuff that they used to do. And I used to love watching it, not because like I was into it or anything like that, but it was the only time you could watch back then a TV program featuring video games. Like, and I thought that was pretty cool to see like the thing that I was into on the telly being used for something other than like mockery or something. Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna YouTube that. That actually sounds quite cool.
Yeah, so they'd get two people who were like super like nerdy history buffs or whatever, and they would reenact these battles, and like the two people would be the commanders of each of the forces, and then I don't know if they played the game or they had like a team of people sat at the computers playing the game, but then they run the simulation and like see what would happen and stuff. It's so fun.
They do something similar. I mean, when I say similar, I mean not similar at all. With BuzzFeed, where they get they get some historical. Nobody historical. They get the BuzzFeed people to tell you about a battle that happens, and then they do like dioramas of the battle, and it's nothing like that at all, but it's funny. So there you go. Rig Welter. It says they're not even ashamed to admit that they have the AOE sounds as their notification alerts. And now I need to know, is Waralo on there and for
what? What's the notification for that?
Yeah, I think that would be like maybe a file transfer, like you're changing it from one to the other. That would need to be the noise for like transfer complete, I think. Can you get on that, please, Rig Welter?
And if it's not that, can you make sure that's changed straight away?
Yeah, I think right. Age of Empires was awesome, and we all agreed to that. So, motion carried. What is your third and final awesome game, Beardy?
I'm gonna go with GTA. Because GTA is like
Any particular GTA?
Huh?
Any particular GTA?
I'm just gonna go with the whole series because I think it's one of those things where I feel like GTA has aged with me. So I remember like Baby Beardy.
You out of hitting prostitutes as you got older.
Yeah. So Baby Beardy playing the original. I've got yeah.
Aww.
GTA OG.
Oh wow.
Play that on stream one day. And so it started out like top down, kind of like a just I from what I remember playing those games, I don't remember there being a story or a plot. I just remember just driving around and shooting shit.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Yeah, so I think I need to play them again to see if there's anything more to that. But that was all fine. Just go around, do your thing. That just kept me amused. Do you know what I mean? Like there was no real drama or anything. Just go around.
I found it amusing.
Yeah, it was lovely. A nice time.
Lovely.
It was lovely. It wasn't until GTA 3 came out where it was like, oh shit, like this is a game. But just being able to like go around, drive the fast cars, and like jump out and shoot shit and blow shit up, like the rocket launcher, the GTA 3 rocket launcher was just like my brain was rocket launched. Like I just fucking love that stuff. And every single time they bring out a new game, it always seems to be almost like a generational thing. So you have like these original ones on the PS1 and GTA 2, Vice City, I think it was, and San Andreas were all PS2s. And PS3, you got GTA 4, and then obviously PS5, you've got GTA 5, which is just this juggernaut thing that just won't seem to die. It's always in the charts of being like a bestseller or whatever it is. The online thing's super mad. And I just think that like every time a GTA game has come out, it's been at a point where it was needed in my life to have that stupid game to play.
Yeah.
And just jump into and like just blow shit up, just do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Like the story's wilder than fiction. Like it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous fun. You can just go around, do those things, not have a care in the world. And it always seems to come at a point in everybody's life where you just need that. That's why I really like GTA. One of those things. It's just always there to just be fucking stupid.
Well, I've not played any GTA really until GTA 5. And I've not played GTA 5 until probably a couple months ago, when my crew, my friends and I started playing it. And we really just wanted to play online. So we did the initial first bit of the story that we needed to do to get to the online bit. I've not played any of the rest of the story. I've got no fucking clue what's going on. But I load into the online world, and what I love about it is just the mayhem. Number one, I love that the whole beating sex workers thing is out of it, because my little feminist heart just couldn't deal with that. That I also understand that that is juxtaposed with my love of going into the world and shooting random people. I know that makes no sense. But what I love about it is that there is so much just fucking random mayhem in this world, and I can I can steal a fast car, I can buy a fast car, I can mod a fast car, I can steal a pickup truck, a helicopter, a submarine, or I can go play darts, or tennis, or golf, or arm wrestling, or I can go shopping and buy clothes. Like, I can literally do whatever I want, like, as if it was a real world. Tiggs and I jumped in the other day and went shopping, and then went to a club and danced. Just went dancing for like half an hour and just played with all the different dance moves and chatted and had fun. And like, for the people outside of the UK, here in the UK, we've been on lockdown for almost a year now in one form or another. Yeah. We haven't been able to go clubbing, and Tiggs and I are both really fucking struggling with the isolation of it all. And I was almost in tears just being able to, even in a game, fucking go dancing and buy a fake drink and have a laugh with a mate and just try out my different dance moves and do the running man. And it was fun. And then we went shooting people and crashing cars and, typical Saturday night in Manchester.
That's how everybody ends their night.
Right? It was normal. And there's not a lot of games you can do all of that range of activity in. So I like GTA for that.
It's just one of the things. It's a perfect sandbox just to kind of go in, and like you said, you can go in and play, which I recommend you play the story to GTA 5 because it's batshit fucking crazy and just really funny, really really fucking funny. It's almost like that kind of I don't know, like Bruno Borat, like selectory, the other fucking thing with the wee man that used to kick himself in the head. Jackass.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like all those kind of just like melded together in this stupid fucking world where you can just go in and just do whatever you want. It's just crazy. And just this really like cynical look on American life. It's like, money and plastic surgery. There's like a mission where one of the characters' daughters goes to this talent competition, which is supposed to be like American Idol, but she's like sleeping with one of the producers on the side, and she ends up getting kidnapped on a boat, and it's just like just complete crazy shit. Like, definitely was.
And also, the production value on the adverts and the TV shows and the fucking radio stations, and like you can go into your house and watch. I have spent an hour sat on the sofa in my apartment watching TV shows because they're fucking hilarious and they've got plots and stories and the commercials in between. Like, Jesus Christ, these people.
They went in
crazy shit into this world, and I love it. And I can go to the news and watch other people being chased down by the cops in my server is also great. I love that.
Yeah.
Great touch.
No, you definitely need to play the main story for GTA, because like GTA 5, there's so many really good things. There's a whole story about I think it's called like Byte or something, which is like their version of Google/Apple.
Okay.
And like how they're stealing your data, and then this new phone launches, and like you have to go in and try and rescue all this. It's so like it's just crazy. It's crazy how accurate it is, because it's like this caricature of like our lives and then like just America in general. So much fun.
I might jump in and play the story. It's not like I got fucking anything else to do.
In fact, actually, I think if you played it, it would probably be like maybe how Donald Trump sees the world.
Through very tiny orange eyes.
Yeah, that's probably how he thinks the world's going. Great, the best ever. Shit.
Huge, tremendous.
Nobody knows.
Right, we have terrible Trump accents. We are horrible at accents. I think that's what we've established over the last few shows.
Yeah.
Apologies.
What I did earlier. Streaming, and Rick, if he's still in the chat, will attest to this. So I've been playing KOTOR on stream, and when the enemies die, for some reason they sound like Cher. So you'll kill an enemy and it's like, oh, like when they die, and it just makes you think of like, oh, think of the whole Cher meme. And so I've spent maybe 20 minutes this afternoon singing Cher renditions of Star Wars things. I can't remember what
and Robot's still here? Oh.
Yeah. That's what people come to watch for.
Gluttons.
Hey, he just put, hey, don't you be knocking our great Star Wars Cher mashup. I fucking loved it. I'm going to make an album. I'm going to put it on iTunes. The whole album will be there for 69p, because I don't think I can get like a full thing out. Not these days with Spotify and Apple Music.
Be number one for Christmas.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. With If I Could Turn Back My Death Star.
Do you think they'd make a beeping noise as they reversed?
I mean, maybe. Maybe it's like, warning, this Death Star is reversing. Warning, this Death Star is reversing.
Because I feel like safety would be important in a Death Star. When you've got that much power, you need to make sure you're not needlessly destroying things, like only on purpose.
Yeah, you don't want to like, they've probably got like reverse tracking sensors, you know, like, you're like reversing it back just in case you won't get too close to a planet or something, like,
and it just stops.
Yeah.
And you're like, where the fuck did it stop? And it's like, Tatooine's right fucking there, man. You can't go. Fucking move, Tatooine.
That's the guy driving I'd love to see. And it's, do you watch Robot Chicken? This is going to go on a whole fucking tangent.
No, I don't watch Robot Chicken.
So, Robot Chicken do the best Star Wars parody. And one of them is, I think it's the third one, Star Wars Robot Chicken 3. And there's this whole scene where they like slam the brakes on the Death Star. Like, there's a guy driving the Death Star, but it's literally like a steering wheel, and the guy's like there, like with like an accelerator and a brake button, and it's like, we need to stop the Death Star, and he presses the brake, and the whole fucking thing's like, and it does like a little turn.
Yeah.
So I would like to imagine.
You need a wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a circle, so it needs a circle to steer it. That makes design sense to me.
Just imagine there's like this little cockpit thing with just a guy sat there in his chair, like feeding the wheel, like trying to spin it around.
Hands at 10 and 2, but they have to both stay on the wheel at the same time because you got to be safe. Yeah. And his chair would have arms on it, like an old minivan.
Like a little cup
rest. Yeah, cup holders.
So he's got driving
hanging
gloves.
Tree. Little hanging tree that does the smells.
Yeah, does his driving gloves, right? Driving gloves on, get ready to go for a little bump.
Right, welcome back from our next tangent. Tatooine has been saved from being reversed.
We didn't reverse into it, it's fine.
No, we had a sensor, it was fine. Right, so third and final game. So for me, this is the game that really got me into console gaming. So this was, I first switched from PC to console. I'd left university, I'd joined the military, I was in the barracks, I had my own money, bought me an Xbox, right? Bought me an Xbox, bought me my first game. I can't remember if it came with the Xbox or if I just bought it. I was like, this looks cool, I'll play it. And it was Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
Ooh, that's a good game.
And this kicked off my love for RPGs, really. And it's probably, looking back at my PC gaming history, I hadn't really played any RPGs up till then. So this was probably my first RPG, and it might have just been a pure fucking accident that I bought this game. It just looked cool, and I picked it up. And I played every fucking inch of this map. I played every quest. I talked to every person. I exhausted every chat tree. I did everything. Absolutely loved it. And then picked up the next game and the next game, and then Elder Scrolls Online, and then got really sucked into Elder Scrolls Online for a point where it was a bit of a problem. My wife had to have a little bit of an intervention, and then I stopped playing Elder Scrolls Online, and then I started playing Fallout 76. Luckily, that game was kind of trash.
For another.
Right? Luckily, that game was kind of trash, so I didn't get so sucked into it. And then I met my crew there, so that was more just playing with my friends than playing the game, because the game's terrible. But yeah, so that Morrowind is the game that kicked off my love for RPGs and open world and exploring and doing all of that. And, you know, I have that to thank for being the sort of nerd that I am today, because just the stories and the writing, and that was my first Bethesda game.
I think Fallout 3 was my first Bethesda game.
Yeah, and in fact, I picked up Fallout. Fallout 3 was my first Fallout game, and I picked it up because it was a Bethesda title, and I knew it from Morrowind and thought, oh, I'll try that. So I really, you know, Morrowind really led me down all sorts of paths in the gaming world that opened up a lot of different passions for me that, you know, I fucking love Fallout. You know, I love a lot of Bethesda titles, and that led me to Obsidian and a lot of the collabs that they've done, and, you know, Outer Worlds and New Vegas and all sorts of shit. So thanks, Morrowind.
KOTOR was that for me. And Star Wars Knights of the Republic. I've never played an RPG before then. Picked that up, and again, it sent me on that tangent of RPGs probably being my favourite genre of game.
Yeah.
I just love jumping in, making my own character, doing my own thing, living this story, breathing this story, like doing all the bits and bobs in it.
I think it helped that because I'd just gone to my first station. I was in the barracks. I was in a new country. I'd come to England. I didn't really know anybody, and I was working 4 days on, 4 days off. So when I was on my 4 days off, I was in the barracks, didn't really know anybody, and I was also there weren't a lot of women, and I was super gay, and it was still illegal to be gay in the military at that time, so I was a secret gay, which meant I didn't want to hang out with any boys, because boys only had one thing on their mind at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And if I hung out with them, they would try to hit on me, and I would have to turn them down, and they'd be like, "That's a fucking dyke," because she turned me down, and I'd be like, "No, but I am a dyke." So I would just try to avoid the whole situation by being like, "I'm busy gaming, guys. I'm cool. I'm a gamer." So I would just stay in my barracks and play games. So I would play Morrowind for like 4 days straight, and then go back to work, and then come back and play Morrowind for 4 days straight. So I fucking loved it, and it helped me stay in the closet badly because I ended up getting caught and getting kicked out anyway. But that's a whole other story. But I finished Morrowind.
Well, that's good. Every cloud,
right?
Every cloud.
So I think that brings us to the end of our nostalgia tour.
I think so.
That was a good one, though.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Right? Yeah, green team in it.
I know, that was all right. So let's bring it back into the modern times then. What have you been playing? What have we been playing? What have you been playing?
Well, I'm gonna take you on a little journey, ladies and gentlemen. So, for anybody that's known me long term, maybe followed my own channel personally for a while, or know me outside of the sphere, Soulsborne games have always been a pain in my backside and something that I'm not very good at, and I've always appreciated their beauty and the mechanics and everything else in them, but always reside to myself as, yeah, they're pretty, but I just can't play them. I'm not good at, I'm just not good enough at it, and I just can't do it.
Trash. You were trash at them.
Trash, yeah. And you know, all the memes of like, well, you just gotta get good. And like, well, I'm trying, but like, it's just not happening. Yeah. So I bought Dark Souls 3 when it came out in 2016, so I've had it 4 years. Or I digitally bought it, so it's been sat on my little hard drive for 4 years. And every now and then I go back to it, try it again to see like, maybe this will be the time that I can do it. And then
maybe now I got good.
Yeah, and then I fell miserably and like just turn it off and just leave it there. And it just kind of sits there like, you know, like the new Jumanji films. You know, it's just like little game that's like just there, like every time and then like I go past it, it's like and I'm like, whoa, maybe I should go and give it another go. Anyway, so and I've tried pretty much every single. I tried the original Dark Souls. I tried Dark Souls 2, followers. Scholar of First Sin when that came to PS4. I bought that version thinking, well, maybe 2 is easier than 3. That was wrong. They're all just fucking hard. Then I tried Bloodborne, and Bloodborne's supposed to be like a little bit easier. But that's hard, so I just kind of gave up.
They're all fucking hard.
They're all fucking hard. Like, I'm just not good enough. And maybe the last 2 years, I started doing this thing where I play games on hard mode normally, like stick on hard mode, see how it goes. If I'm okay, then I'll stick it out. If it's a bit too much, then I'll just drop it down a level. And 2 games that I've been in love with the last 12 months was Ghost of Tsushima.
And that's the fox petting one.
That's the fox petting one. And Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Both games require blocking, parrying, rolling, and general kind of like thoughtful gameplay. So you can't just kind of run in there willy-nilly, like Devil May Cry style. You have to be very
That's cautious. Discrimination.
Yeah, about how
games don't do that. We don't block.
Yeah, we roll. I know. So
we don't dodge roll.
Yeah.
So no, we do dodge roll. That was the meme.
Yeah, we
Sorry, I fucked that up completely.
Yeah, fucking hell, Llama. I'll take your card back at the end of the show.
Sorry.
And I don't know if it's because I've spent so much time playing those games that maybe something's just clicked in my head to like understand the mechanics of Dark Souls. But randomly the other night, I decided to Dark Souls ago. I've been playing Persona 5 Royal, really into that, really enjoying it. But I just got to a point where it's like I've been playing this game pretty much every night for like the last 4 nights, 5 nights, whatever it is. I just want like a palate cleanse, something a bit different. And then scrolling through my game list to see Dark Souls, it's like I'm like, okay, go. I jump onto it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dark Soulsing. I am Dark Soulsing. I don't know what the fuck has happened. but I'm like, what? I've done the first, but the first boss was always the one that got me, like the little thing, because you chop him down and this big fucking worm thing bursts out the top of his head and it just kills me straight away. Got him down, good. Got the second boss down, alright. I've done these two before, so like, maybe. Then I got the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one, and I'm just about to do the sixth one. Now, I've never been this far in a Dark Souls game before. I'm super fucking proud of myself. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm just being able to Dark Souls this time around.
Well, really I mean, yours was the stream that I was watching on the sofa when I was supposed to be watching a movie with my wife. And she caught me because I turned the volume up because I was trying to hear what was going on. And she said, "What are you watching?" And I said, "Nothing." Turn it off. Turn it off.
Nothing.
I was like, "It's over there." Shit. But it looks really fun. And it's a game that I've always wanted to try. So badly, in fact, that I bought it.
Really?
Well, no.
All right, okay.
So I thought I bought it. What I actually bought was all of the DLCs. But not the game.
Amazing.
So if I ever find that the game happens to be for sale again and not the DLCs, I may be able to acquire permission to purchase the game.
Do it.
But at the moment, I just have the DLCs.
Do it. I mean, to be fair, I have to give props to Sif because he's been like my on-call, like question and answer person, and also Digital Monk 1988 from my streams and stuff. He's been hitting me up on Twitter with some tips and tricks and stuff. You're on Xbox, aren't you?
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's on sale now because I got permission to buy Phasmo the other day, so I'm on a cooldown period at the moment. That's how sales work in our house. Once I buy it, it's a cooldown period.
So currently, Dark Souls 3 is giving me a price on Amazon.
If you need to ask the price, you can't afford it. That's where it's at the moment.
Which is really bizarre. I don't know why. So you can get the Game of the Year edition, which includes all the DLC. But we've already got the DLC, so but that's $17.99.
Okay.
And that's not even on sale. It's just how much it is.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'd definitely pick it up on the cheap because it is difficult. Like it's not easy, and I've lost count of like how many videos in the past that I've watched. It's been like, Dark Souls is easy. You just need to get good. It's not easy.
Well, see, I take the opposite approach from you. I stick everything on easy, and then I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like the feeling of being like, I'm a goddess. Look at me slay the world. I like the story. Fuck everybody else. Boom, boom, boom. I don't like hard mode.
Well, there is no option in Dark Souls. It is what it is, and you either do it or you don't. You can pick up Dark Souls 3 secondhand for Xbox on CEX for £12.
Yeah, see, I might need to pick it up.
Give it a go. I definitely get it as cheap as possible because if you can't actually do it and you don't enjoy it, then at least it's not too much of wasted money.
Well, I mean, I've already wasted the money on the fucking DLCs that I bought.
I try and not.
I need to come on Game Pass. That's what I mean.
So yeah, so I'm playing through. I'm going to try and finish it. If I finish Dark Souls 3, then I'm going to go back to Dark Souls 2, which I still have on disc, and try and do that. But on next week on stream, I'm starting Bloodborne. I'm doing like a whole fucking like Soulsborne thing. I'm like, I'm in the moment. I'm going to try and do it all now.
Yeah. Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah. Strike while the iron's hot. Zach Mitchell in the chat says, I mean, you could reason that buying the base game justifies the other purchase because without it, the DLCs were a waste of money.
I mean, you're right, Zax, and that is the tack I'm going to take with my wife. So I'll let you know how I get on with that.
Yeah. Best bet, I'd say CX, get it for £12.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the other thing I've been playing is Persona 5 Royal. And that's about it.
Yeah, you've been studying for your test. How did that go?
Yeah, so that was super fun. So I thought maybe the mechanic of the school tests might be like, hey, you need to sit, because you've got your character and you do things, you have the school day, and time is very limited, so you go to school, do the thing, come home, and then you can either go and like go to a castle and do more of like the mission story thing, the story arc, or you can just go home and maybe craft some thief items like lockpicks, or you can do crosswords or study or other bits and bobs. So I thought, because every time you do something like that, it adds skill points towards a certain category. So studying increases your knowledge. I just assumed that the more that I studied, the higher my knowledge would be, or intelligence, or whatever the thing is. And when I have to do a test, then maybe because my knowledge is high, my character will be able to do said test without any issues.
Fucking nerd.
Turns out that throughout the course of the game, like, there'll be bits where it'll drop into the classroom and the teacher will be saying something or whatever, and they'll just ask you a random question, you have to try and answer it. If you get it right, then you increase some of your knowledge skills. If you get it wrong, then tough tits, they'll tell you what the answer is, but that's it. Turns out the test is based on all those little interactions.
Oh, okay. And you just have to remember them?
And you just have to remember it. So it is literally like you're going to school.
So you have to like take notes while you're playing the game?
Pretty much, yeah. So I have started up my Persona 5 Royal book, which is, yeah, it's all black.
See, I just Google it.
So I'm trying to keep track of everything that's going on in Persona 5 in there. Fun. But that's all I played. What have you been playing, Llama?
Well, I purchased a super cool gaming rig the other day. Just kidding. I purchased a super cool office PC with some similar stats to a gaming rig the other day. So it's basically a high performance office computer that is expandable, and I should be able to do some gaming on it. That was my plan. So I was testing it by doing a super fun gaming stream with my boys the other night. We were going to play Phasmo because I love the idea and the game looks super fun. So I got the computer, set it all up, downloaded Steam, downloaded Phasmo, played the training mission on my own, scared the shit out of myself, loved every second of it. Loaded in with you guys, and immediately got yeeted off of my computer, like, off of the planet. And I was like, okay. So I rebooted, closed some stuff down, tried again, and like my character got like frozen in some weird twerk position, and then I got booted off again. It just wasn't playing. I think we managed to do one level, like a small house.
Yeah.
And then when we tried to load into the prison, it was like, fuck you, and it yeeted me out again. So I've done some playing about with my CPU settings and things, and I think you and I'll have a bit of a play with it later on to see if there's anything else we need to tweak. But I mean, theoretically, it should work. But because it's a brand new one and it's really set up to do office stuff, we might need to play about with some pieces.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be set up like, like you said, all the settings and stuff for officey things, and just need to reboot some of the things to be able to actually game a little bit more on it.
Yeah, Phasmo was super fun.
Yeah,
that was really fun. And then also I've been playing Destiny 2, which is always fun.
You've been streaming as well.
I did, yeah. So I did my first stream on Twitch, sort of by accident. I realized that I could stream from my Xbox One console. I didn't realize I could do that because I don't have like a camera on there, but I can just like do screen capture thing from there. So I was playing around with that yesterday. And yeah, so I might do a little bit of that, and you guys can maybe watch me do terrible daily grinds and die a lot there. Because that's kind of what I do, just do all my daily grind stuff. I did a nightfall the other day, which I haven't done in a long time. I've normally just skipped the nightfall stuff. But that was actually quite fun. I didn't die too badly. I actually carried a guy through the nightfall on one of them, which, you know, bless his little heart. I'm not brilliant. He was less brilliant than me, and I was happy to do him a favor. It was nice to be able to help somebody.
Yeah, it's nice to be nice sometimes, isn't it?
Yes, I like to be nice in that game. That's one of the games where I don't grief people because I'm pretty shit at it. To be fair, I'm shit at Fallout, but I grief people all the time in there. I don't know what the difference is.
I just do it anyway.
I just do it anyway. I don't know. I play a raider in Fallout, so I feel like that's just what I do. But in Destiny, I'm a guardian of the light.
Find you on Twitch now. I found you.
I was gonna say I'm not on there now. I'm on here.
I know, but I found your profile, and we just added you, so you've got another new follower.
Aww, I don't know what that means.
And I'm gonna go on to our Twitch thing now, and this is all gonna link into.
Are you gonna make me famous?
It's super famous.
Oh.
If you would like to see Llama streaming, you can find her
somewhere.
You're already on the hosting list.
Yeah, because I'm already a host, bitch. Welcome to the channel where I've been a host since the beginning.
Apparently, I've already added you onto it, and I didn't even know I'd done it.
Man, our techno mage is starting to slip, y'all.
Literally, I'm doing things without realize that's what I'm doing.
Oh, so yeah, I think that's all I've been playing this week, really.
Yeah.
Phasmo, Destiny. Oh no, I tried playing. I downloaded Frostpunk off of Game Pass because my best friend was like, "Oh, have you played Frostpunk? You should play it. It's super fun. I keep getting banned. It's awesome," because he likes getting banned. And I was like, "Okay, I'll play it. It looks like the previews made it look pretty cool." And I downloaded it, and it was like a fucking like an RTS game sort of thing.
All right.
And that was not what it was billed to be to me. I didn't want to do that on my console. I didn't want to go farm coal and build houses and build roads. I wanted to go on an adventure in the fucking Arctic and go kill stuff. And I was not impressed, so I uninstalled it and turned it off, and I don't like it. So that lasted 10 minutes. That was my Frostpunk adventure. I'm sure it's a great game, but I didn't want it.
Yeah. It didn't agree with me.
No, I didn't like it. So that's what we've been playing.
So, if anybody would like to watch Llama doing her ting.
What ting ting?
If you go to our channels below, under our cast, I've just added the link to her Twitch account. So go and drop her some.
Oh. I like the lovin's.
He loves it.
Right. Well, I think that brings us to the end of episode 20.
I think we did all right. Just the two of us.
We did all right. Yeah. I mean, only like 17 and a half tangents, so like half as many as normal. So I think we can blame Tiggs for most of them there. That's scientifically valid evidence, no?
Well, what do we expect when he comes onto a stream and nearly shits himself? Like,
I know.
To go sideways. Bless him. We love you, Tiggs.
Oh, right. So that is the end of episode 20, where we took a fabulous jaunt down memory lane. Of course, you can find us at Gaymers Assemble. We are on Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, And on social media, Instagram, Twitter, all of those things, we are at Gaymers Assemble. That's Gaymers, because we're super gay. Say goodbye, Beardy.
Goodbye.
And I've been Llama. It's been lovely to see you. Bye.
Bye.